They say Varanasi was created by Lord Shiva himself, a city older than time, standing on the banks of the sacred Ganga. For thousands of years, pilgrims have come here seeking something beyond this world, a final release. Here, death is not feared, it is accepted, embraced, woven into the fabric of daily life. The smoke from the burning ghats rises endlessly, carrying souls towards moksha, the ultimate freedom. To die here is to break free from the eternal cycle of rebirth. But Varanasi is not just a city of endings. It is a city of devotion, of celebration, of life itself. The streets pulse with energy, and on Maha Shivratri, the night belongs to Shiva. Prayers, dance and fire honouring the God who both destroys and creates. In Varanasi, life and death are not opposites, they are one. And to walk its ancient streets is to feel the weight of eternity pressing against the present moment. Because here, in the city of Shiva, nothing ever truly dies. In the heart of Varanasi's winding alleyways, Riddhi and her family opened their home to us, inviting us into their world.
We're looking over the streets and everybody is dressed so beautifully.
Yeah, so I think we need to get ourselves cleaned up, and you need to get cleaned up too. Ah, that's much better.
So much better.
Wow, you look beautiful, baby.
Thanks, love it.
Wow, let's go.
It is so nice to have met Riddhi because it's so nice to be able to see how local people live here, what they wear, and also to try on the clothes.
Yeah, she is so sweet, and the Kiran is also so sweet.
Oh.
And she is looking so pretty in red lehenga.
Oh, she's like my sister. We've spent already a week with her, and
Yeah,
it's been
we
so
talk
amazing.
a lot.
Play a lot of Uno.
Yeah, and sleep together, spend so much time together. It's so fun. Aww, we'll miss you.
In other words, we found family in Varanasi. We discovered Varanasi in the most romantic way. But in Varanasi, beauty and harshness exist side by side. One moment peace, the next a hand reaches out, not in blessing but in demand. The sadhus, the seekers, the holy men, some genuine, others playing a role for a price. And beyond them, another reality. Faces etched with struggle, life shaped by devotion and desperation. In Varanasi, nothing is hidden. The sacred and the sorrowful, the divine and the deceiving, laid bare for those who choose to see. As we drifted across the Ganga, the world felt weightless. The water, smooth as glass, carried us through the silence of dawn. For a moment, it was as if we were floating between two worlds. But even in this stillness, life stirred along the riverbanks. The burning ghats smouldered in the distance, the smoke rising into the cool morning air. Further along, figures gathered at the water's edge, some to pray, some to bathe, some simply to begin another day. And then, the sun rose. A golden glow stretched across the water, painting the sky in soft hues of orange and pink. The city awakened and Varanasi revealed itself once more, eternal, unchanging, alive.
We actually did our first boat tour in Varanasi 5 years ago.
Yeah, and it was super romantic.
Oh no, not 5 years ago. For me, 10 years ago.
For us together 5 years ago.
For me, 10 years ago, and actually I have a very funny story. So the first time I did a boat tour, we stopped somewhere and I went for a dip in the river. And after, when I went back to the hostel, the showers didn't work. So I couldn't shower.
The whole day.
That was not the best.
Smelly one.
This time that's not gonna happen. slices again.
Yes.
We continued our day by going to the famous Blue Lassie shop to try the delicious lassie.
So I asked a local why there were so many pictures here in this room, and he said like, oh, people that come here, customers, they put their picture, and guess what I have with me? So I'm gonna put my picture somewhere here. Oh my god.
Okay, nice. You went exotic with papaya and coconut. You went standard lassie.
How is it?
Really tasty. I'm enjoying it. The papaya kicks in.
Good one. But the lassie is not the only reason that this place got famous. From the shop, you can watch as the bodies are carried through the winding alleyways towards the river. This is Manikarnika Ghat, the most sacred of Varanasi's burning ghats. Here, the flames never die. Day and night, bodies are carried down to the river, wrapped in cloth, their final journey ending in fire. It is believed that to be cremated here is to break free from the cycle of rebirth. Liberation, moksha at last. In this place, death is not an end, it is a passage. Just here on my right is what they call the fire of Shiva, and they never let this fire go out. And they say that they start every fire with this, so when the bodies are getting ready to be burnt, they come here, they light a piece of wood, and then they take it to each of the ghats to let it on fire. Apparently Shiva started this fire, so who knows?
It's actually quite intimidating to be here, so close to the death. In Europe, that's not a thing. You don't see any of this. Here, it's very visible. You can see the body, you can see the head, the legs. Yeah, so it feels very humbling, I guess, being here, seeing how death is so close to us. I was actually in Varanasi 10 years ago for the first time. This was before Kieran and I met. And I've had like the most craziest introduction to the burning ghat. I was not even at the burning ghat, I was a little bit further, maybe 20 meters away. And I was standing and I hear this crunch. And I look behind me and I see a dog holding a baby arm. He was biting the baby arm. And then next to the dog I see this little baby lying. And this for me was such a huge shock. I went back to the guest house, I locked the door, and I was really in shock. I called my dad and I didn't want to leave. This was the first time I really had an experience seeing death so close up, and especially seeing a little baby lying there on the ground was very hard for me to see. It's quite a crazy place to be and to see it from so close up.
Such a heavy energy here, like just walking around. I guess with the smoke, it's super thick, and you can tell that it's not just fire smoke. It's not just normal smoke. It's got a smell. It just feels thick and heavy. But I guess one of the beautiful things is that it feels so normal round about here. They treat death as a part of life. Like everyone's just gathered here. There are people playing sports. There are people doing their normal daily things. And then these bodies are being burned and the remains are being put into the water. Yeah, and also people are drinking the water. People are drinking the water right from here where body parts are being thrown in. I guess our perspective on it is completely different to how they are here. With Maha Shivratri approaching, the crowd grew and grew until it was almost uncontrollable.
We just took a little break for some chai. The atmosphere out there is crazy, there's so many people, but it's a little bit more chill here. This is actually one of the oldest markets in Varanasi, and next to us is the first cinema in Varanasi, which is crazy.
It looks really beautiful, but unfortunately they're charging $20 to just go and see it.
Yeah, I never tried. This Baba here properly looked whacked me. I have no idea why. I was just kneeling down next to him, he turns around with a stick, boom, beats me.
Oh my god, what's happening?
I didn't choose this life. This life chose me.
Sorry. Okay, I also got blessed.
I can tell you.
I also got blessed.
Oh wow, you got half a blessing.
Yeah.
I was just walking past and the guy had his hand right on my forehead. Usually they kind of hesitate, but he had no hesitation. He was going for it.
This one as well, but I think I was too fast.
Maha Shivratri, the night of Shiva, a night when the cosmos is said to align and devotees seek to transcend the limits of the physical world. It is believed that on this night Shiva performed the Tandava, the divine dance of creation and destruction. Others say it marks his wedding to Parvati, the union of the masculine and feminine energies that sustain the universe. But above all, Maha Shivratri is a night of awakening, a time when devotees stay vigilant, fasting, meditating and surrendering themselves to Shiva's energy in search of inner liberation. And nowhere is this devotion felt more intensely than in Varanasi, the city of Shiva himself. From the early hours, pilgrims flood the streets, moving like a tide towards the temples. Chants of Har Har Mahadev echo through the alleys, carried by thousands of voices. Sadhus draped in ash sit in deep meditation while temple bells ring endlessly into the night. The scent of incense fills the air, mixing with the smoke of offerings and flames of sacred fires. But as the celebrations grew, so did the intensity. The streets became rivers of people, devotees pressing forward, carried by sheer momentum. At times, we were swallowed by the crowds, barely able to move, caught in a wave of bodies pushing towards the temples. The atmosphere was electric, but also overwhelming. In some moments, it felt as if the celebration teetered on the edge of chaos, the sheer density of the crowd turning the festival into something almost dangerous. As day turned into night, the energy only deepened. The rituals continued, prayers grew louder, and the devotion reached its peak. Even in the madness, there was something undeniably powerful. The surrender, the absolute belief in something greater. It was impossible not to feel it. This was Maha Shivratri in Varanasi, raw, intense, alive with energy and completely unforgettable.
There are monkeys outside. We actually had a little baby monkey friend back in Laos 2 years ago, and she was just amazing. We would go and see her every day for 2 hours for around 2 months, and yeah, this was just such a beautiful experience. And just seeing the monkeys here, I'm like, oh, I want to come and just
You're a
hug
monkey.
you.
And we need to go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's
We're
hit the
going
road.
on an adventure today.
Let's go! First time driving in Varanasi.
After the crazy celebration of Maha Shivratri, we needed to be somewhere peaceful. So we made our way to Sarnath, far from the chaos of Varanasi.
And we have arrived at Sarnath. Why is this famous, baby?
I think this is the place where Buddha gave his first sermon after he attained enlightenment.
So let's go get enlightened, love.
Oefke.
I've got enlightened on my face.
Oh my god.
Scraping things.
Did you just fart?
No, scraping the tripod on my face.
Wow. A good
These
sugar,
guys are weird. They like it with salt.
sugar cane juice. In India they have drinks with salt, they have curd with salt, like literally so many things, and I'm always so surprised when I hear they have those things with salt. Oh, fruit as well with salt. I'm like, what? Shoot inside the temple, but there is this beautiful cafe here, and they said they have really good chai, and we always love a good chai. We are at Ghat for the evening Aarti.
And it is so packed.
So packed. We thought, okay, we go 1 hour earlier. We can just have the place to ourselves.
Chill by the river.
But no.
So many people.
Anyway, the last time we saw Aarti was around 5 years ago here in Varanasi.
Just before COVID, and we were actually here when COVID hit. And yeah, we got kicked out of India pretty much.
We actually also tried to see Aarti at Maha Shivratri. It's a festival that happens every 144 years.
With 600 million people came this year. We were 2 of them.
It was crazy. But anyway, we missed Aarti twice, so here we are.
We're gonna see it today.
I think so.
I think so. You can't go wrong, we're here.
As night falls over the Ganga, the flames of Aarti rise. This is the sacred evening ritual, an offering of fire, incense and devotion to the river that gives life to millions. Priests move in perfect rhythm, lifting oil lamps high as chants fill the air, their voices carried by the wind and the steady flow of the river. It is a prayer, a blessing, a moment of deep connection between the people and the divine. Standing here, watching the flickering flames, we feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the chaos, the beauty, the intensity, for everything we've experienced in Varanasi. Few places in the world hold such a powerful relationship with life and death, with devotion and surrender. And to witness it, to be a part of it, even for a moment, is something we'll never forget. And it reminds us of just how precious it is to be alive.